Hail viewer, my name's Grando Reaper. You can call me Grando for short. I want to share some of my thoughts that I usually go through before each time lock progression server launches. To provide some background, I started playing EverQuest when I was in my sophomore year of high school during Cunard. I was just captivated by the artwork. MMOs felt like the wild frontier of adventure for me. All prior experience to EverQuest with gaming was either split-screen co-op or single-player RPGs. This felt like something extraordinary in comparison, though. I quit EverQuest shortly after Gates of Discord launched, and the raiding guild I was a part of struggled to beat the Aqua raid prior to the nerf. Sometimes I can't even believe how the first TLP was launched in 2006. That's before the first WoW expansion, the Burning Crusade. It felt like it was so long after I left, though. Heck, P99 launched in 2009, can you believe it? The upcoming TLP server Frostreaver feels different from the others to me. To explain how, we need to talk about the elephant in the room, though. The Hero's Journey private server was an extremely active private server with a unique rule set where you could have 3 classes assigned to one character, and all regular content could be cleared solo or duo. I played the server, and it was definitely an experience I'll not forget. Many other players tried the server, enough for Daybreak to file a lawsuit to shut the server down. With that being said, this is the first chance that Darkpaw has to win back the audience that didn't return with the Fangbreaker server. I feel this is part of the reason Darkpaw wanted the community to feel that they could finally choose the server's rule set. What actually happened is Darkpaw asked which reward systems the community would like, and the community replied with the answer, yes. There's a parable that I try to keep in mind whenever playing a TLP. It's festina lente, which loosely translates to make haste slowly. This parable was very old and was made famous by the first emperor of the Roman Empire, Augustus, who was known for bringing peace through reform. This reminds me to move with the wave and don't try to be ahead of it. I should pursue progression, but keep it subordinate to the experience. I'm trying to maximize long-term enjoyment and not win on week 1. Funny enough, another ancient symbol really comes to mind of late, and it's the Ouroboros, a snake swallowing its own tail, symbolizing an eternal cyclic renewal of life, death, and rebirth. Let's talk about the reasons one may have for playing a new TLP. The obvious reason would be the hook of nostalgia. Now, nostalgia is a very powerful thing. We all know that. It's a rosy retrospection where the brain preserves the highlight reel and compresses the grind, creating a perceived quality lift versus the messy reality. It creates a longing for the network effect that you experienced whenever you played EverQuest. The friends, guild culture, late night chats, and shared milestones that you experienced. The object of your nostalgia is a cue of a life stage where the stakes were lower, time felt more abundant, and novelty was high. The second reason would be an escape, the hope to put yourself in a different reality, if even for a short time. This is where EverQuest used to capture your attention, that feeling of hours that are turning into minutes, or felt like minutes. The brain stops the continuous simulating of real-life problems. Outcomes feel more controllable, which is soothing after a stressful day. The final reason would be to attain the dream of prestige. You unconsciously attempt to create a second attempt narrative. A relaunch gives you a do-over where you can correct old constraints. A feeling of identity repair, getting back to the standard you held yourself to and restore self-image, or to prove you can exceed the prior ceiling, Here's a thought. What percent of reoccurring TLP population would you say left during the Gates of Discord expansion versus players that started EverQuest after the Gates of Discord expansion? I saw an interesting old post on the EverQuest forums by user Brontis. Did you know that in 2025, EverQuest retained approximately 3.6 to 6.8% of its peak daily player base from 2003 to 2004? If you log in today, yes, there will be servers that feel dead, but there are official servers that feel just as alive and active as they were in 2003. From 1999 to today, EverQuest has historically had 94 unique servers. That's just food for thought. Now let's talk about some reasons that I've quit or felt the need to quit a TLP. The most frequent cause would be my commitments have increased as I've aged. I had every intention of experiencing expansions that I missed out on after Gates of Discord, but then I have the realization that I'm unable to commit as much time as I could have before. It is a reinforcement of responsibility. The reason I hear most on forums would be the feeling of being disheartened. Um, a dupe occurs in nearly every TLP. This creates a massive inflation of platinum and makes farming platinum yourself a useless endeavor when a chrono by itself reaches a price of hundreds of thousands of platinum. But I would argue, do you even need an economy to reach your goals in EverQuest? When is the last time a raid guild was closed off due to your gear or damage output? How many friends have you made in-game that rely on your resources? Have you needed platinum to learn from mistakes to improve? Blaming the economy and duping has always been a cope I've used. What about botters? I get a feeling that others are far exceeding my throughput whenever I see botters, when in reality these people are outside the scope of a single person's performance. They're doing this simply for RMT most frequently. What about boosters, though? Those annoying chat messages that never seem to go away are a constant reminder of being behind and that there is an option to catch up. As we've aged since EverQuest first launched, we've been conditioned to be self-reliant and see social relationships as fleeting. The most common reason for TLP server drop-off, in my opinion, is digression, a new TLP that launches conveniently around the time Gates of Discord or Omens of War is opening up. The server will start on the Velius expansion and has a fairly quick unlock schedule. Every reward system of previous TLPs will also be present, so there should be no reason that you won't be able to keep up. The server should open up on the week of Memorial Day, if I go by what has historically happened. Next year's TLP should launch around the time the Serpent Spine opens up on Frostreaver. I try to remember the most fun I have had in EverQuest is the journey. My favorite thing about EverQuest, it's the pacing. It feels just right. Somewhere between being able to make a child support payment during a meditation break and the ability to eat a full dinner during an XP grind group you waited 2 hours to get. And if you made it this far, I wanted to make you aware that you are a nerd and you just need to dust off that poop sock, Batman.